Okay, so now you are awake super early, and not many people are awake because you woke up super early, and now you are fully energetic because you took your morning cold shower and you got your sunlight. Now it is time for you to use the power of the Prophet, peace be upon him, law. Like, as soon as you get your morning sunlight, come inside and start doing the hardest thing on your entire to-do list. But you might be thinking, but bro, I have just woken up. Like, how should I do the hardest thing right now? This is the concept called the eat the frog task, which is that if I were to tell you that you have to eat a frog every single day, like you cannot say that no, I don't want to eat a frog, you just have to eat that frog. What would you do? What most people would say is that when I tell them that you have to eat the frog, they will say that like when they will be eating their breakfast, I will tell them, oh, you have to eat this frog. And then they will say, no, 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 not right now, not right now. I will eat it later. And then as they will be eating their breakfast, they will be thinking about that frog, that I have to eat that frog. And then at lunchtime, I would tell them that you have to eat this frog. And then they will say, no, 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 not right now, not right now, later, later. And then as they would be eating their lunch, they would be thinking that I have to eat that frog. And then the same thing will happen with dinner. And then after dinner, now they have to eat that frog. And now when they eat that frog, the taste of that frog is now in their mouth. And now they have to go to sleep with that taste because they cannot eat anything after dinner, after eating that frog, because they, like an idiot, ate that frog the last thing in their day. But what smart people would say is that as soon as I tell them that you have to eat this frog, they will tell me, okay, give it to me right now and I will eat it, then I will eat my breakfast. Smart people would eat the frog before eating their breakfast. And so in this way, they now have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe even during the snacks. Like, they have the entire day, they have the like meal of the entire day to flush the taste of that frog from their mouth. And so even if they don't like to eat that frog, now they have the entire day to flush the taste of that frog from their mouth. And like most days when they do this, by the end of the day, they would even forget that they ate a frog at the start of the day. And so this is that you do the hardest task of your entire day the first thing in the morning. Even if it is very hard, even if you don't want to do it, even if you don't like to do it, still do that task, which is the eat the frog task. Do the hardest task of your entire day the first thing in the morning. And like while you are making your to-do list the previous night, you want to mark that hardest task and you want to know which is that eat the frog task. And then you want to set its time to as early as possible. And then if you say that I have school first thing in the morning, like I have school at like 8 or whatever, wake up at 5, get to work by 5:40, and then be done with your eat the frog task by 7:40, like 7 or 7:30, and then go to school. You can do it. And then while you are doing your eat the frog task, you want to do it in a deep work fashion, not in a shallow work fashion. Deep work is that when you are working, you have your like door locked, you have your all of your devices turned off, you're not looking at your like phone, you're not looking at social media, you're not looking at WhatsApp or anything like this, you're not talking to your friends, nothing. No, you are just doing that task. Like, there's a book, Deep Work, which like I don't have it right now. I read it and then my friend wanted to read it, so I gave it to him. And so I would recommend you to read that book. Read the book, and I am telling you, this book will completely change your life. Like, 2 hours of deep work is better than like 12 hours of shallow work. 24 hours of shallow work is worse than 2 hours of deep work, because in deep work there are two things that will happen. The first thing is that you will be able to do that work in a lot less time because you are just doing the work. You are not talking with your friends, you are not talking to anyone, you are not doing anything else, you're not like watching YouTube shorts or anything like this. No, you are just doing the work. And then another thing is that because you are just doing the work, you are like really focused on that work, you will produce better quality work in lesser amount of time. This is magic, bro. I am telling you. Like, eat the frog task and deep work, these are the most important things of this entire course. If you start doing these two things, you will be ahead of 90% of the people in the entire world. Like, these are the two things which help me to like manage like a YouTube channel, studies as a medical student, and then Quran, and then gym, and then read books and be on self-improvement and all of that stuff all at the same time, and while I'm only 18 years old and I don't want to kill myself or anything like this. Like, I am super happy all the time and all of that stuff. And so these two things are the things which help me to manage all of these things at the same time, and I don't want to kill myself either. And so if you wake up super early, the first thing is your family will be like asleep. You would be done with your work by the time they wake up. But if they do wake up, just tell your family to not disturb me in the morning, like not to disturb me while I'm doing my deep work. Just tell them that I don't want you to disturb me. And then, even still, when you still tell your family, guess what? Your mother will still barge in. And then, when she does this, have the right attitude and explain it to her that in a soft tone that, oh mom, please, like, please don't do this. Like, while I'm doing my work, don't disturb me. And then the next day, she will do the same thing. And then, like, for the first few weeks, for the first few months or something like this, your family will disturb you a lot. But then, after a few months, your family will start disturbing you less. But your mother will still sometimes barge in, but have the right attitude and explain it to her in a soft tone. And so, when you do get distracted from your work, get back to your work. Like, don't start thinking in your mind that I was in a flow state and now I have gotten distracted and now, like, all of those thoughts. Don't think like that. Just when you get distracted from your work, get back to your work. And then another thing I do to make sure that I do my work in a deep work fashion is that before sitting down to work, I fill up my water bottle so that I don't have to get up to, like, drink water after every 30 minutes. Because the thing is, I drink a lot of water. I drink like 8 plus glasses every single day, no matter what. In this way, I don't have to get up after every, like, 30 minutes to drink water. I just fill this water bottle up. It's like 1 liter, and then I drink from this water bottle. And then another thing we want to do to make sure that you eat the frog, like you do the eat the frog task every single day, is that we want to make you a habit tracker. Let me just show it to you. This is called a habit tracker. Come on. This is called a habit tracker. You write the habit above here, and then you write the days here. Okay? After you have written the days, every single day you do the task. And then if you have not done the task, you cross it. And then if you have done the task, you tick it. This is a habit tracker. You, like, write the tasks you want to do, like the habits you want to do every single day, and then you tick them every single day on here. And then one thing I have done to make sure that I, like, tick this habit tracker every single day is that I now keep this habit tracker with my to-do list. Like, most people who make habit trackers, they put it on their walls and stuff like that. But for personally, I have found that whenever I put a habit tracker on my wall, I just forget the habit tracker. Like, I put the habit tracker there, and then I don't mark it for a week or like 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, I will look there, I will see it, and I will remember, oh, I made this habit tracker, but I didn't even mark it for 2 weeks. And then there would be no point of having that habit tracker. And so now I just keep this habit tracker with my to-do list, and then I mark it, like, before I make my to-do list or after making my to-do list. It's just simple. And so your actionable steps are: mark the hardest task on your to-do list. Do it first thing in the morning after getting your cold shower, sunlight, and your Fajr prayer. And then do it in a deep work fashion. And then make this habit tracker to make sure that you do the eat the frog task every single day, no matter what.